Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick update for those who actually watched my video that I posted yesterday and talk a little bit more about workman comp injuries and kind of give you like a little guideline for you to utilize. If it can help somebody, great. If it doesn't apply to you, fine, don't use it, but make sure you keep it and save it, because the thing about it is we never know when you're gonna get injured. You never know. It just happens. I've this it just happens. It just happens. You could never have had an injury ever in your life. Like myself, never had I ever until, so just save it and do your own research. Don't look at this as something where you take my word for it or you follow me word for word. Just take what I'm saying, and if you're going through the situation, God bless you. I hope it get better. I hope this information helps you out. I truly do, because it's more than a notion. So I'm going to jump into, just a few things to kind of like let you know, because if you've never been injured, like me, myself, I wasn't, so I didn't know what to expect. So I want to share this information of what I learned. It's not advice. I'm just sharing. So do as you will with it. So I talked to you yesterday about going to the ER. You get injured, go to the ER. Go to the ER. You're going, why are you going to the ER? Because you're going to the ER to show, hey, listen, I have been injured. This is what happened. And you name everything. And understand that accidents, when they happen, you will experience pain and discomfort days later. Just think about it like, sometimes just random stuff. You walking through the house, you hit your toe or you hit your leg on something, right? And in that moment, it's the shock of like, oh, dang, oh my God, right? And a little bit later, about, 5 minutes go by, you're like, oh, I'm good, right? But then you wake up the next morning and realize you didn't crack the toenail, or you didn't skinned your knee, and you wondering why, like, the knee is burning, because you don't realize you actually got a cut inside. That's kind of like how workman comp injuries work. Your injuries work. You never know, so you want to let the doctor know. If it's a shoulder injury, if it's a back injury, whatever was happening to you in that moment, if you reached, if you strained, if it causes popping of your shoulders, popping of your back, you want to name that in the ER. And I'm telling you, it's very important, because when you are dealing with companies that have workman comp insurance, it's very important to be specific when you go to the ER. Now, again, do your research, because different states have different rules. So do your research. I am out of Texas, so do your research. Find out what is about, this state, the state law when it involves workman comp, and find out about the workman comp, when companies choose to use an outside source to utilize their workman comp with their employees. Do that. You owe that to yourself to be proactive in that area. And honestly, no one ever thinks about it, so you just really don't do it. And know your company's handbook. I know that sounds like so cliche. Like, know the handbook. Anytime you start a job, I don't care what job it is. I don't care if they're still using paper and you got to fill it out, or you doing everything online. At the end of the day, when you come for orientation, they're going to give you their handbook. Read it. If they're really fancy and they tell you like, oh, it's online, you always can ask for a hard copy. You always can ask for a hard copy. If you're like a kinesthetic learner like myself that requires like the physical touch to be able to just read, or like if you a reader that still like to turn the pages of a book and that's what you find a pleasure out of instead of reading through Kindles and stuff, get it. But read it. And I'm going to tell you why. Know your rights as an employee. Because what you fail to realize is that your managers, your supervisor, whomever you have to answer to when you go to work, at the end of the day, they work for the company. So should something happen, everybody got HR. Everybody got HR. It's just like passing the buck. So it's going to be somebody whose job is going to be to know that handbook better than anyone. Like, oh, let me contact HR. Let me contact this. Man, know your handbook. Know your company's policy and procedures. And if you're interested to know, find out what it takes. Like, what happens with a work injury. Nobody wants a work injury, right? So we're going to talk about what happens after. Again, I'm in the state of Texas, so I can only answer, respond to what I'm going through and I have went through during, certain situations. And I'm not going to get in there because you guys, if you read between the lines, you'll know why I'm not. But Workman Comp, the most important thing that I want all of you to remember, everybody, I don't care if you utilize this information or not, and it doesn't apply to you right now, okay? You can use it outside of work-related injuries. Just use it in life, period. This is the best thing that I say. Take it, listen, or not. Listen. When you're dealing with people that you have to call to get information from, or they need information from you, or they need recording, anybody, I don't care if it's like HR, I don't care if it's, Workman Comp, I don't care if it's your managers. Understand, listen to me, y'all. These are well-trained people. You know how you go to work every day? You go to work every day and do a job, and you got hired at that job because you were a well-trained person, very efficient. You could do this job, and you were the better person out of all the people that applied for it, right? And so when you get there in your job, they tell you, if this situation happens, you need to do this, handle this. This is the steps you take. You follow da. So understanding when you're dealing with those people, they're like trained robots. They're only going to speak to you, tell you what you want to hear. And don't get me wrong, you do have good managers, good supervisors that when you bring something to their attention, they address it. But just remember, trained professionals just like you. And if you get lost in that subtext, just look at it like this. Should something happen if you had an issue with a customer and you needed to satisfy them and fix the situation so it doesn't elevate to something bigger, what are you doing? How you talking? What are you saying? This is how you handle. This is what you get when you have to deal with like the Workman Comp and stuff like that, right? So you're gonna get a call from Workman Comp if the company has Workman Comp. But remember, do your due diligence in your state. Find out what the rules are. But 9 out of 10, if they have Workman Comp, you're going to get a call. They're going to record your statement. Listen. Stick to the facts. Because why? The night before, whenever the night that you get home from that hospital, you're going to write down everything because you're not going to remember. And you're going to need it. Because if you leave out something and something else happens, or you come back and say, no, I did. Like, no, make sure you know what you're going to say. When you are giving your statement, you be specific, you be accurate, you run it down, play by play. Think of it like back in the day, if you were like in junior high, and you get these language arts teachers and they say, hey, today I need you for homework tonight to write a persuasive writing paper, and I need you to make me believe it. write me a descriptive writing paper and I need you to make me believe it, right? You don't have to persuade the truth. The truth is going to be the truth today, as it was yesterday, as it will be tomorrow. You're going to always remember the truth, but just because you remember, you're not going to remember the dates and the time and who was there. When it's fresh in your brain, you remember who was standing next to you, who called, who did this or who did that. In that moment, it's still fresh, so you're going to remember it, right? Make sure you write it down. So when you're giving your statement, you're very accurate. You're very accurate with what happened, how it happened. This is why. And make sure when things are happening at your jobs as well, write yourself an email. Email it to your personal email. It's going to have the date. It's going to have the time stamp. So you may never have to use it, but in this day and age, you just really just never know. And it's not saying that you're looking for anything to happen. You just have to be proactive, because when you think about it, how many times have things and situations happen and you say to yourself, man, I just wish, man, I should have wrote that, man, this is true, because just because you're honest don't mean they're going to be, okay? So you're going to give your statement. Listen to me. And if you don't pay attention to anything I say, listen to this. No matter what. I don't care if it's the Workman Comp adjuster. I don't care if it's a nursing case manager they give you. I don't care if it's the doctor that they send you to. I don't care if it's the physical therapist they're going to send you to. Rather, if you can feel the injury or not, send it to. Listen, remember, we ain't partners, we ain't lovers, and we ain't friends, okay? Say it with me. We ain't partners, we ain't lovers, we ain't friends. For the proper people, we are not partners, we are not lovers, and we are not friends, okay? Keep that in your mind. Keep that in your brain. It doesn't matter how nice they are to you. It doesn't matter how they ask you how your day doing. It doesn't matter how they try to strike up a conversation. Remember, at the end of the day, the bottom line is saving the company's money, okay? They're going to pay. They're going to make sure you see the doctor. They're going to make sure you get your medication. They're going to pay if you have to go to the ER. They're going to pay all this. But if it's their doctor and something comes up with a surgery, then that's when you're going to get the pushback. Because, see, the pushback is like, oh, well, we can do this, but why would I want to spend $50,000 or $60,000 for this? Like, I think we should have them see another doctor, right? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that whoever you talk to, you're only talking about the facts. Only the facts, okay? So let's walk it back. You're going to record. Excuse me. You're going to record. You're going to get a journal. You're going to write. You're going to go to the hospital on an injury. It ain't no, I feel good. It ain't that serious. I don't want to go. I'm not. Take your behind to the ER, okay? Number 2, when you leave the ER, what are you doing? You're going home. You're writing down. I don't care. Put it in, type it in your notes on your phone. Type it, the email to yourself. Record yourself. Don't matter. Know what happened, right? When you go to the doctor they send you to. Ask for the names, right? Tell them what's going on, why you're there, right? Because already, remember I told you at the hospital, you say everything. You say every area that was affected, right? If you slip and fall and you feel like it's one leg other than the other, it's gonna be both. It's gonna be both. Let it be written. Because in their mind, what is not written did not happen. Okay? did not happen. You don't want that. Your life is too important. Just because they look at you as a number, guess what? You got a wife, you got a husband, you have kids. If you single, you got yourself, you got your dog, you got your girl, your boyfriend, you got your mama, you got your daddy, you got your siblings. What I'm trying to say is always somebody out there that'll miss you if you're gone. It's always someone out there that would have to take care of you if or should you not be able to go back to work. So be proactive, okay? Be proactive. No, we talked about knowing the doctor. Know your doctor. Look them up. If they say they specialize in something, you say, okay, You leave there, you go home, type in their name, do the research, look on the card, see what it says. See what it says. They may say, oh, he's an orthopedic specialist, and you may have a broken leg, knee injuries, anything. But he specializes in dealing with toes and what happens to people with diabetes and this, that. Don't know nothing about no fractures. Don't know nothing about why you ain't feeling this in your knee or in your thigh or in your arm. Can't tell you nothing. Make sure they're the specialist. If you require a specialist, make sure it's the specialist that you need. And the only reason how you're going to find that out is to do your research. Why? Say it with me. Because we are not partners, we're not lovers, and we are not friends. So they don't owe you anything. They owe the people that are paying them. They don't owe you. So know this. Do your research, right? Fight for yourself. If they get to a point and say you doing something and you, the doctor says, oh, you may need a surgery and this, they can deny. They can deny. But they'll send you something saying, well, you know what? You have the right to appeal. And you send it here and this and that and the other. Listen, what we have to stop doing is saying, I ain't worried about it. I ain't nobody got time for that. Listen, make time, okay? Make time. No, you may not be no Johnny Clark. I might not be no Marshall Clark, but you know what I'm going to do? I know that I have the God-given talent that he gave me to be able to function and read and look up and master the understanding. You know how your reading teacher back in the day would tell you you're reading to comprehend? Read it to comprehend. And if it takes you over and over again to read a paragraph until you comprehend, read it. You don't have to go to law school to read documentation, research stuff. We used to do that all the time back in the day. Research stuff. We didn't have no pull it up on the phone and just, no, baby, we in there. Well, you know how y'all in it. Yeah, we in there, in that library, in that Encyclopedia Britannica. That's what we were in, right? So y'all can do it. Like it seems so tedious and it seemed like a lot, but trust me, you guys, it's so much. It's beneficial. It's beneficial. If it's an appeal, man, listen, do your appeal. If you don't know how to find somebody to help you write. And that's not a dig at anybody. I know a lot of people, very good, educated people, just in that time and place they had to start younger. And I know people that's now within my age status that don't know it's okay to learn something new and help. If y'all know somebody that's going through something, help them out. If you're smarter in that area, help them out. Like, I don't understand why people don't want to help nobody. Everybody gatekeep. You got a job. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Don't want to tell you nothing. Oh, man, can you help me do this? Oh, you know how to do. Oh, man, I'll do it for you. Why not show the individual how to do it so they don't ever have to? I don't get it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I get to, So yes, guys, like, and I want to leave you with this. I'm gonna come back. I go by Miss Easy, so I try to give it to you easy, try to break everything down. You know, right now I'm just on this. I'm gonna be dealing with a whole lot of topics, so I hope y'all like, love, share my post, follow me. But I want to make sure I give you this. Free I found two free apps when I was speaking to you about getting the app to, record phone call. One is called Trap a Call Recorder. It's like a round circle. It has a red dot in the middle. I did look it up. It says it has 4.3 rating. I've used it. I use it. I hadn't had an issue with it. Probably like in the very beginning, maybe like years ago, I probably did, and I think they worked out the kinks. But it's not like I'm going around recording everything. I only use it when it's business related. The second one is called Call Recorder for iPhone. Now, if you have an Android, you are going to have to go to your Google store and see what free call recordings they have, because I don't know. I do love Android though. I might go back. I don't know. But yeah, and so their rating is 4.6. I did read the reviews for both. And I know with the call recorder for iPhone, I think they had like over 5 million people or something like that. But again, don't take my word for it. Research. Use your brain. And we can sit on, watch videos, like take the time out when it's value. Follow up, do the appeals. Don't give up on yourself. Stay focused. Keep grinding. Don't let no one shake your spirit, because it's only one you. And I told you guys that yesterday in the video. It's only one you. You can have a look-alike in the world. They always saying there's always somebody that look like you in the world. But guess what? It's only one you. So protect yourself. And if you have kids, that's just a way of showing them, how to fight for themselves without using these, without using God. Fight for yourself, how to make it go through life through when you work. What happens with jobs, how to handle certain situations. And I'll get into all of that. I'll make different videos and stuff when it comes to that, and just give my little 1-2 on how I feel about certain things, because I feel like somebody needs to stand up for something. I'm not an activist. I'm just a regular old worker that work hard and has worked hard for everything that I have. And I expect and I demand to get that respect that I have shown, and to be treated the way I treat others. And that's what I stand for. And if I could do anything or give anyone any kind of information that they can take and use, that's why I don't call it advice. I say, this is my experience. If you're going through something like that, take it. If you're not, leave it. Save it for if it ever should happen, right? So, okay, guys, I'm going to end this video. I pray that you guys have a great remaining of the year. I will be back. Make sure you guys hit me up, leave me a comment. If it's something that you guys are going through outside of injuries, anything, just hit me up in the comments, and just, give me a question or say what you would like to hear from. And I'm just going to keep on just giving it. I am new to TikTok, so if y'all searching my page, y'all will see I really don't have a lot of followers, and I'm not even really following a lot of people, because I'm just using this platform to inform. Okay? Y'all be blessed. Thanks. Bye.